I'm gonna go ahead and check out Dax. There's a North of Richmond remix trend going on. Dax, Mercules, and Chris Webby, all three have the remix. So I don't listen to these artists much or even at all. I know I've done a Dax video, and I think I might have done Mercules with Lil Windex, which is pretty dope. And I know Mercules is super talented, and Chris Webby too. I've been hit to him by my friend Anthony. It's just not some guys that I listen to much. And anyway, all right. So this is Dax, Oliver Anthony, Richmond North of Richmond remix, and I'll check out all three on the same video. Let's go. Thanks for hanging out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know, United we stand. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is. Oh, it is. Oh, is Dax from Canada? So North America, representing North America. Him and Tom McDonald. And it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have. All right, before he starts going, I'm gonna just point out a trend that, like, of artists that are catering to specific people. I guess it's maybe it's not a trend, you know, like, I don't know, maybe you have your opinion about it. It's like, no, it's just what people like, and that's what people need to hear right now, and I understand that too. But like the imagery, I don't know, did you get this image? Let's just break it down right quick. Where's this video? Did somebody did Dax's videographer go to a farm and catch these guys on their job? Or is this just video from he's got a Kansas flag? Is this stock footage or footage from somewhere else? Because then, I mean, are you going there? I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I'm finding it trendy for people to be, you know, marketing towards, and especially, I guess, him and Tom McDonald, you know, are kind of the same, artist-wise, you know, skill level and whatnot. I don't know. I just had to get that out. It was a thought. Whatever. Let's go. Please don't click off my video. You'd be like, already hating. Like, I'm not hating, man.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas.
No one asked.
I don't got an answer. I try to remember the devil divides.
Who asked?
Appears from our peers.
All right. I'm sorry. Listen. Who asked for anybody's political point of views? Really? Nobody. Every time you bring up politics, people are literally like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I really don't even want to share political points of views. I mean, guys can have conversations, or people can have conversations, right, about politics, but for the most part, he said they asked me for my political views. Who? No one asked for Tom McDonald's political views. No one asked for any artist's political views, to be honest with you, other than like the system that wants to promote the artist, to promote their agenda, right? And I think that's what he's getting at here, but nobody asked artists. I would prefer artists not share. Please don't. Like Birdman told Young Thug, don't even talk about that shit, because it just pigeonholes you and puts you in a box, and you'll have your chance to speak about it, or don't make it your entire character. You know, like there's Rage Against the Machine. Like, there we go. We can rage like that, but no one asked them for their political views either. Like, let's go. Let's keep going. My bad. I'm not interrupting him. I am interrupting. It's my channel. Fuck off.
They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer. I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies. Okay. So fuck political views. I got common sense.
All right.
I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we.
So let me take it back. All right, I got you. I didn't listen enough to the verse, and I hope you guys, your commentary. I didn't listen to the entire verse enough. I just kind of focused on the first thing he said. Got you. I'm going to take responsibility for that. So basically, he's like, yeah, fuck the political views.
Our time,
it just wastes our time.
Hoping to push their lies, so fuck.
Yeah, we're hoping to push their lies, right? What I think some artists have done is pigeonhole themselves on one side of the argument, versus understanding what he's saying and then not arguing for one side. Because Tom McDonald seems to have a good perspective on like the system's fucked. They're all trying to make us this and do this, and then he aligns with views that aren't necessarily for everybody, right? You know what I mean? When you have a view that love everybody, God made everybody, then you should have a view that like let people be free to do what they want. But when the system's trying to make this happen, but it's both sides. Let's not pigeonhole ourselves onto one side of the argument. And I think that's what a lot of these artists tend to do. Whether it's their own perspective and opinion, that's cool. But then you're doing the same thing, pushing the agenda. Like you want to share your opinion and perspective, but then you want to try to make everybody else believe that same shit. And that's where we go wrong.
Political views.
Yeah,
I got common
views.
sense.
All right.
I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent.
He's killing
45 years just for a pension.
He's killing it on this. It's not even a beat. You know what I mean? I think it's real cool. He's rapping over this Men North of Richmond. That guy got super popular just off that track. You know, for a little bit I was like, I feel you, bro. And then I was like, I'm not really sure. And it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to have the same opinions, guys. We can just share each other's perspective and appreciate it and love each other for everything that we are. But no matter who you are, you know, but I don't think a lot of people do that. They tend to like, oh yeah, I love everybody until this.
Thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend. 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Hey man, that's dope. I heard all that. Like I said, man, I'm not hating. I heard all that. All of it I agree with. All of it. I'm like, you're right, man. Fuck that. Fuck this. 45, I'm 45 right now. Like 45 years of whatever, whether you 45 years with nothing or 45 years I'm putting it into this fucking company and I can't spend no money by the time I get old. You know what I mean? I don't feel old, but but you know, you retire and then all of a sudden you're not like, you know, you're going on cruises. I get it, man. I feel you. That was a dope verse. Dope.
With an whole soul. Men North of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
I wonder what Dax does.
Descendants of Adam and Eve.
I wonder what Dax does when he's not an artist, because is he speaking from other people's perspective as far as like 45 years, I got a pension and this and that?
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes.
And this is where okay, I don't agree with it, but I don't think that's exactly what's happening. This is where they go. Like you're sharing the emotions of people. You're touching the emotions of people. Taking God out of schools. Which God? You know what I mean? Like which God? Is everybody allowed to pray to their own God in school? Like public schools are shit anyway. Like right, you from age 6 to 18 they say or whatever. They're indoctrinating our kids with. But at the same time, you're part of that. Like you can be a parent in the system and help. You know what you want to see. What do you want to see? Be the change you want to see. Right? You can't just complain about it and expect the people north of Richmond to make those changes. They're not in it. They're not on this ground level. It's up to you and your community to make yourself heard and be involved in your child's education. And we can explain to them that there's these different things. A very small percentage of people, but we can explain to them the differences. We can explain to them what they should expect coming up. We should explain to them that not all the teachers have it right. We should explain to them that human beings are flawed. That even when the school's teaching you something, you got to question that shit. Like, what are you going to do? We got kids that got to go to school, or you got to homeschool them. And then you're talking about working jobs and shit. Like, I'm in that position. I got 2 kids in school, and I'm, you know, my daughter's about to go to a trade school, which I love it because she picked it. It's her own. And then my son's still in elementary school. He's going on to 3rd grade. And, you know, they're starting to talk about that shit. You know, they start talking about race relations. And you know, even yesterday he said something to me, and I had to address it with his friend because he said something he heard somebody else say. It's just, you got to educate. Like, quit complaining about it and just educate your kids. and stop being ignorant. Like, because I don't believe that you should just have one point of view. You should be able to get some perspective on other people's points of view. Like, what God are we taking out of school? Oh, you're not acknowledging that there are kids that feel certain ways. Maybe not in elementary school, but middle and high school. You sure you weren't starting to connect with your feelings and who you were in middle and high school? You know, there's education. Education is key.
So, the rich men north of Richmond.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe.
I want to see that metaphor.
Richmond, Lord knows it all. Just wanna have total.
I want to hear that metaphor.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
All right.
They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe.
Our kids don't know what to believe. Why? I don't think kids need to be taught about religion in school. I think you find your family and your group of people and your faith in your closeness of people. I don't think you should be teaching religion. Maybe you can teach religion as the structure of religion, different religions in school, and then you find what you believe in, but I don't think religion should be taught in school. And I think standing for the pledge and all that just creates... So it's kind of contradictory when they talk about this in the public schools, yet at the same time you want people to stand for a flag every freaking day and pledge loyalty and what is it called? Not loyalty, but the other thing from loyalty. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Like, I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid. Like, and then what if you have kids that don't believe in the same Christian God that is talking about? Then you're leaving kids out, and their families have their own beliefs. I don't think it should be taught in school unless you're going to teach it as a practice. Like religion 101. Here's Muslim, here's Christian, here's Hindu, here's the different religions. But you get that in college. You get that in high school. You don't need that in elementary school. I just don't think you should be going to church at school.
6 to 18, the curriculum fails, and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored.
Parenting. You're relying on a device to teach your kids. Maybe that's happening, but parenting. So who are you speaking to? The people that aren't trying to parent their kids? They just they babysit them with the phone? I don't like that either. Parenting.
Paid by company.
Talk to the parents, man. What are you talking like? We created this fucking system.
That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense.
I've never heard anybody teaching their kid that they can choose their own gender before they can tie their shoes. I know I've seen fucking ridiculous stories about it, but I've not seen anybody in person. Middle school, I can see a confused kid or maybe not a confused kid, just a kid that's not sure who they are. You know, like I hate to disrespect them. I'm sorry for saying confused. I mean, like a kid who's still trying to find themselves. And who cares? Like I said, middle school and high school, you're finding yourself. Maybe you find that you don't. And I'm against, any kid under a certain age having any kind of like surgeries or anything like that. So like I get it, there's rare stories but like I don't think that's broadly what's happening, and I think we're missing that.
Is it common unless it pays me? That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating, lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
But it is. I seen a guy with a Dax hoodie on the other day. I was at the pump track, and these guys were racing fucking RC cars on the pump track, and dude had a Dax hoodie. It was pretty dope. Because I had just done a Dax. I did Dax and Tom McDonald and Adam Calhoun. It was all right. I mean, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a fan of those guys much, but not even at all. But, Dax is talented, and I respect that, At the same time, like, I got my point of view, and I think they're focusing too much on the problem versus what the solution is. I never hear the solutions. I always hear the complaining. I hear the YouTube comments like, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that. Where are you? Where are you in your community? And then let's have a conversation. If not, then you're just exactly what's happening, you're letting it happen because you're not doing shit about it, you know? I hope people are getting active.
In the new world, with an whole soul, these rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
You know, the imagery, it just focuses on like farmland and you know, the welder guy. So I get it, you're trying to reach the blue collar, normal, everyday people, you know what I mean? But I think you're limiting yourself as far as when artists do stuff like this. You're limiting yourself to a small group of people or just a particular audience, and maybe that's what's doing it's working for you. Cool. But artists like this, I think limit their viewership, because I might be into Dax if they weren't like constantly. I don't even know enough about Dax, so I'm not even gonna say that. But like, broaden your perspective a little bit and try to see it from where other people are coming from. You can still have this view that like, yo, they're fucking us, yo, they're doing this, yo, they're doing that, yo, I don't think my kids should be talking race things. But you can still have that. But broaden your perspective and understand like, okay, when can my son or daughter start learning about race? When can my son or daughter start learning about gender? Bring that up to the board. Don't raise hell at the board. Don't go to the board and start screaming at them, calling them devil worshippers and blood-sucking drink. Well, you think that's getting you anywhere? Like, be real. Like, go be active in your community and know your people around you, know your teachers at schools, know the principal. Like, those are solutions, and those are active measures to help this. But just complaining about it and saying like, yo, these people suck, they fucking hate us, they're gonna do, what are you gonna do? You're gonna quit your job? You're gonna revolt? Are you gonna go out and protest? No. So what the fuck are you doing, you know? Anyway, that was Dax. I think he did it dope. I think he's a dope artist. I think he's speaking, and I like that he rapped, that he put a verse to no beat. There was no drums in this or nothing. It really came out good, man. So I mean, the beat is in the guitar, right? Obviously, but so much respect. Like, I'm just sharing my perspective and my point of view as well. So I'm get on to the next remix. I think the next one is Chris Webby or Mercury. So, and I might post these all together, or I might just post them separately. But till next time, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Look, the people you are after are the people you depend on. We cook your meals, we haul your trash, we connect your calls, we drive your ambulances, we guard you while you sleep. Do not